Hi, my name is Cindy Porter and I'm a video creator for colour art. Today I'm sharing a video I've created showing how to touch up a pour that you love that ended up not working as well as you'd hoped. My pour turned out beautifully, but unfortunately, which I should have realised at the time of the pour, my paint was a little bit too thick, and so I ended up with some crazing in the pour at the end. Not wanting to redo the whole thing, I went about creating a nice piece using some silks acrylic glazes. So here I am showing you my pour. I have pre-mixed my primary elements art pigments in some vivid clear enamel, added a little bit of pouring medium and water to get them to the right consistency, and as it turns out they were the right consistency. It was my white paint that I had laid down that was too thick for the pour to work completely successfully. I'm just moving the paint across the canvas here to spread out the colour over the white, and as you can see, you can already see the white paint not wanting to move very much there at all. You'll see the colours are flowing freely, but the white does not want to budge. This should have been a clear indication that I had not checked my white consistency. It was in a pre-made bottle and it was obviously way too thick for the pour. I'm just touching it up a little here. I chose to use Kiwi Primary Elements Art Pigments, Egyptian Gold, and I also used some teal zircon as well. Beautiful colours, and I added a little navy blue flat acrylic paint as well to make the primary elements pop. You noticed just then I torched the piece to bring out any cell creation, and I was just touching up with a little bit of extra white paint, and again trying to get it to move, but of course the paint won't because that white is way too thick, and I'm just dragging the paint out with a stick to give it a little bit more detail. As you can see, it looks a very pretty pour at this stage, so you can just imagine how devastated I was in the morning when I found all the crazing. So there it is wet, and in a second, here we go. This is it dry. So I've grabbed out my silks the next day, actually it was 2 days later I should say, and I am now going to manually hand paint in all those cracks. Can you see those crazing cracks where the paint is split because I had the paint was too thick? It was too thick, didn't pour off well enough, so the surface dried before the underneath, and hence we get what's called the crazing. I am manually painting in some gorgeous silks. This one is Autumn Sky, into those awful looking crazed cracks, and turning this piece back into the beauty it was when it was wet. It takes a little bit of time to hand paint them in using a fine brush, but seriously, if you have an awesome pour and end up with a few little crazing cracks, this is your absolute godsend saviour. You can fill them in, it leaves the painting nice and smooth, If you put a bit over on the edge, you can rub it back with your finger. Now I'm moving on to Stargazer, another gorgeous blue colour, very pale blue. And I ended up with quite a bit of crazing and cracking down here in the bottom, which was not very pretty up close. So I originally decided that I'd fill it all in with the Stargazer, the paler blue. And that's what you see me doing here. But you will also see me change my mind. I don't know about you, but I tend to change my mind midway through a piece quite often. Just keep going with it until I'm happy with the result. So, not liking what that blue is looking like, I grab some oyster, which is a white in the silks, and start to go over the top of what I'd just done. To take that back down in colour. And I go back to using the Stargazer and the Autumn Skies blues to fill in these other cracks that are right next to the rest of the paw. The silks acrylic glazes, once dry, have this same amazing sheen and shine that the primary elements art pigments have. So by using them in conjunction with a paw that you've used your primary elements in, they blend in beautifully. They give you the same gorgeous shine and finish, and give those awesome highlights that you're looking for in your paws with your primary elements. They just finish everything off beautifully. I decided to give that other section a coat with the same white acrylic paint that I'd done the paw in originally, just to touch it up and touch it over. And I also modified slightly where I had put my silks for this little section as well, to make it all blend in beautifully. Just doing a few more final touches on the piece, and I'm just about done. A couple of jars of silks in your favourite colours that you tend to paw with would be an awesome addition to your collection, because as you can see, you cannot see that crazing anymore. All you get to see now is the gorgeous paw. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it.